What's up, you guys? Max here, leader of Team Envy, and welcome to the new companion spotlight that we're going to be showing you today. And today we're going to be going over Zelos Tedio. He is an Eagle mercenary, and you get him as a privateer. He is level 65, so we have him maxed out. And we're pretty much going to do a rundown on how we would like, how Envy likes to build him, because we do actually like to use him in PvP quite a lot. He's very unrated. Um, he is very strong, his damage is good, and I think he should be used more. So today we're going to be overviewing him so everyone can have a better understanding of him and have a little bit of an aha moment of knowing why we use him. So I'm going to explain his abilities and then move on to how I built him. So let's get started. He gets second wind, and second wind is pretty much a heal, and it only affects him. He cannot cast second wind on any captains or other companions. Second wind can heal him for 50% of his health. So it can heal. So a 50% is a really huge, depending on. It's like, I would say to compare it, I would say it's like an epic heal, and it heals for however much health he's missing. So now we're gonna move on to his next one, which is turn the tide. I'm sorry. It's plus 25 weapon power whenever you're below 50% health, which is very useful whenever you want to be able to get those clutch moments and get the most damage out of him. Next is hold the line, which can pretty much hold like it can hold any enemy that runs near him, but it can only hold one since it's only hold the line level 1. So they cannot move, and it says right here, hold up to one enemy who moves into the adjacent square. It's a 4 square radius, so that's how good it is. Now here's what the abilities I unlocked from him are. I gave him Relentless 2 just for the proxy and the damage pretty much. And I gave him Vengeance Strike because if his Relentless doesn't go off, yet he gets hit by someone, then Vengeance Strike can go into play and activate his Relentless, has another chance in my. So that's what I gave him. Some people are like, why not give him Repel Borders with hold the line? And I mean, Repel Borders is good as well because whenever you get near him, it can also help trigger Relentless. But in my opinion, I really think that Vengeance Strike is just pretty good in my opinion. Like, I don't mind Repel Borders, my preference is Vengeance Strike. So Repel Borders, Vengeance Strike, I would say they're both kind of the same, but just so your preference, like my preference is this, so yeah. So let's move on to how I built him now. I gave him Rough 4 just to max out his damage, and if you give him Strong, he is a Buccaneer, so that's what his bread and butter is. So you really want to level that up to max, and every time you max his strength, his weapon power will go up by 1%, so you'll get the most damage out of him by that. Alongside with that, I maxed out Tough because I wanted him to be very tanky and sustain more damage whenever he's in the field doing work and all that good stuff. A lot of people might disagree or agree with this. It all depends on your preference, in my opinion. I gave him Accurate rather than another armor or dodge because I really want him to hit most of all his abilities. Even if you have Zeal up or E-Sprite as a privateer, you still might miss. It's very, like I said, the game is somewhat luck based, so you really can't predict what's gonna happen. So I did give him Accurate. It's +2, but I still think any little thing helps. So hopefully this will help in the long run. I think it does because I've been using this build forever, and rather than giving him an extra armor, because like I said, your teammates will have armor for him, like a fortress or a bubble, so it can sustain longer. And dodge, it's pretty much you gotta rely on Zeal, E-Sprite, and other things like that. But I really felt like accuracy would be the best for him. just so you can have that +2 and maybe hit more. So the outcome was he has 92 strength, very good. Hopefully, like when it comes to hitting musketeers or any sort of um, my bad, swashbucklers, he will be able to crit. So that's very good. He does not scale off agility nor will, so it really doesn't matter. Accuracy, like I said, I gave him that +2, so a little extra, 108. He has 106 dodge. He has 31 armor, which is pretty bad, but like I said, you have fortresses to accompany that, so it's alright. And that's pretty much the build. Now I'm going to explain how he works in battle and show you how second wind works and why I think he's very strong in PvP. It looks like he's doing a little moonwalk. And today, Envy Matthew is going to be helping me with his spotlight, so kudos to him for taking the time to help me with this. And let's get it started. And a lot of people might disagree about Zelos being good or whatever, but I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion. But Envy thinks that he's very useful and you can make the best out of him, really, because he can survive long and he can dish out really good damage. So let's get it started. Alright. So I'm going to get rid of, I really don't want him to dodge or anything, any sort of thing like that. So I'm just going to give him Call to Arms, and I'm going to send him at Dark Matthew. Alright, Call to Arms is up, so now he should be able to hit more likely, even though everything's pretty at a standstill, but he does have Wu-Tang, so he does have Call to Arms too, and he should be using it because he wants to hit the most. But there you go, 211, 211, very good damage. Relentless did not proc, so that was kind of sad, but hopefully he can send Wu-Tang at Zelos, and hopefully Vengeance Strike or he can do that and Vengeance Strike can take play. Let's see. 285 Mojo Echo, pretty good damage as well. And he sends Wu-Tang in, super hit. Alright, so now Zelos is half health and he's quite low. His pet is going to try something, but that doesn't work. Alright, so now he's lower than half health. This is where I wouldn't say use the heal just yet because he does have 1,002, but I'm just gonna use it right now just so you can see the full effect of it. Or actually, what I'll do is I'll give him a fortress and send him right there. Because you usually want to start him off with some sort of defense, and there goes Relentless. 340. Immobilized. Alright. Both have very high health. Let's see what he'll do. Okay, good. And Squid misses again. Alright, this is the point where you need to heal him now that he's below 1,000 health. So we're gonna do that, and pretty much I'll use criticals. And you'll see how much heal he does. It's very nice, actually. Second wind's gonna go into play, and I don't believe you can crit on it. And there you go. It heals up for 1,415. So he's pretty much back to full health. Very nice. Sustainability is great. He's back in the game. You can't, and I mean he's there. Like you cannot stop him now. But once his second wind is down, it's harder for him to survive unless you have Bonnie heals and all that other good stuff. but he's very good when it comes to just sustaining. But for example, we did rush just so we can get the heal going, so that's the main thing. In other scenarios in PvP, he does last way longer. His second win is way longer, because we usually use that as a last ditch effort for him to survive. 319, Relentless going in. 293, Relentless going in again. 291. So Wu-Tang's pretty low now. And we're having a squid fight. But that's fine. I don't think this guy should hit me. Oh, no, he's hitting this one. Alright. I'm gonna max another crit just so you guys can see his critical. And I call his criticals toe stabs because he looks like he's stabbing you in the toe, which is quite funny. But yeah, that's what I call him. And 69 damage. Alright. We're gonna use crits again. And let's get rid of this stuff. We don't really need any of it. Alright. Let's send him at Wu-Tang. Because his crits do, like, arguably, like, tons of damage, really. Let's see. And dodged. Oh, man. Repost. Alright, Vengeance Strike goes into play right here. This is why I like it, because Repel Borders can't do that. Relentless. There you go. Epic hit. 196. 196. Relentless. Dodge. And he survives. Right, so Wu-Tang is sitting at 247. Alright, good job, good job. And I think he's gonna heal him, yeah. And Wu-Tang also oh wow, that was a block, nice. Let's see what he does here. Up. I believe that's to reduce accuracy. Yep. And that's actually an AoE, surprisingly. So it does hit more than one enemy. We're gonna use heal. Actually, I'm not gonna heal him. What I'll do is I'll give him a. Actually, I'll just use Rampart and then send him again. Cruise Ryan's in. I know this, Boochbeard. You don't need to tell me. Alright, let's see. 352. Let's see what he does next. And yeah, he's dishing out very good damage. Wu-Tang is somewhat tanky, so plus he doesn't really have armor. And he's just gonna try to keep him alive as long as possible now. There you go, Vengeance Strike going into play. And with Repel Borders, like I said, like unless they keep their companions in front of him, Repel Borders won't do much, unless they're they flank every hit. In my opinion, that's why I think Vengeance Strike is a little bit more superior. But that's just my opinion. Alright, now we're just gonna. I'm actually gonna do this. Actually, let's get rid of that. And we'll try to kill this guy. That's repel. That's why Repel Porters is somewhat good if you just run up at him. Alright, Wu-Tang's dead. Now all is left is Dark Matthew. And we'll try to make this quick, so he doesn't get too bored. Let's see. Oh man. I don't believe I have too many good things. We'll see what happens. Well, I think that was it. Best charm. Alright. Looks like I got an assassin right here, and we'll kill him. He should die this turn. If not, I'm going to be quite sad. But we'll see what happens. 471 plus the poison. And there you go, Zelos with his epic. I think this is 190, if not, oh, 255 now. 255, 256. Relentless, no? And he dies. Alrighty. And there you go guys. I pretty much, that's pretty much how we build Zelos, and that's how he, works. Well, PvP isn't really like that, but you have an idea of how he works. Hopefully in the future we can do team battles, and I'll show you how everything works. But those will take a little bit like way longer than how I make the original Spotlight videos. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Thank you again to Dark Matthew for helping me with this, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. This has been Max with Team Envy. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.